this is Brezee Kelly. Welcome back to my mixed media mini album tutorial for JS Hobbies and Crafts. Today is where everything comes together. We're gonna finish up the cover, add the pages and all the little details. So for that, I'm gonna be using this one sheet that we saved with the pretty bird, and I'm gonna be using my hoop. Now my hoop, I already colored it on white, and I only color one side and the inside. So I'm gonna be using some of the background here from this page, and I think I'm gonna be using this part up here with the polka dots and a little bit of the music paper. So I'm just gonna go from the outside of the hoop and just mark my circle, and then I'm gonna just cut these with my scissors. So I have the circle cut up, and then I'm also gonna fussy cut around this cute little bird, and I'm also cutting this music strip over here along the bottom on the same page, and I think I'm gonna incorporate these also here on the cover. Okay, so I'm gonna move this to the side. And so I have the background piece, I have my hoop and the birdie, and I think I'm gonna use this little music note as a place for the bird to sit on, just like that. Okay, so before I start gluing anything, I'm gonna use some of my ribbon and just create a little bow here where I have that the metal piece. Just like this. I'm just gonna make just like a messy bow. Just like so. Let's see. Okay, and then I can go back and trim it later where I see once I have it how I like it. Oh my, this might be too big. But anyway, okay, so now we are ready to start putting everything together. As you can see, I also have all my flowers here on the side that I'm gonna be using. I have these boxes to keep my cover flat, and I'm gonna start by gluing the circle that we cut out, and I'm just gonna be using some Fabri-Tac glue just because I have the stencil work in the background, and I want to make sure this glue's really good. Okay, so I'm just gonna place this right on the center, and then I'm gonna place my hoop, and I'm gonna make sure the bow is kind of on the side like this. So I'm just gonna my glue all the way around, like this. Okay, and place it right on top. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab this piece that we cut out, and I'm actually gonna trim this a little bit smaller to fit in the hoop. I'm just gonna do it like this, and I'm gonna trim, just make this a little bit round, just like that. And I'm gonna place these like this. So now I'm gonna glue the sides, but I'm also gonna put a little bit of support on the back, and all I'm gonna do is just cut just a little piece here from my scrap. And if you have like foam dots or anything like that, you can definitely use that as well. I'm just gonna try to use this. So I'm just gonna create something, a little bit of volume like this, and just place it on the back. Okay, so now I have my little support, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue on the sides here and there, and I'm gonna place this down here. So then I folded another little piece here from my scraps, and I'm gonna use this to create a little dimension for my bird. And of course, if you have foam tape, you can use that as well. So I'm just gonna place this bird over here like that, And then I'm just gonna embellish the remaining of the hoop with my flowers. So I'm done with all the flowers, and I'm just gonna add this little wooden piece here that says love, just to add a little sentiment on the cover. So now we're ready to add the pages. So I'm gonna start with the first one over here with the bird, and what I do is I peel off just a little bit of the tape, not the whole tape yet, and then I find the center of my signature here, and then I insert the bottom and the top, and try not to press on the sticky side until you know where you want your signature to sit. Now don't press this all the way till the spine. You want to put it right on top of the tape, okay, and leave a little bit of room in between so your pages can open flat. And now that I know where I want it, I peel off this tape, and then I turn this around, this, and then I'm gonna use this hook. I get a lot of questions of where I get these. These came with my Cricut machine, the first one that I got, and then I love it so much I use it for these. And you can just Google it. It's the Cricut hook. So then I go on the back and I peel that right off, just very easy like that. So then this is the first page, and then I do the same for all the other pages. So I'll show you one more here. I peel off a little bit of the tape, find my center, insert, and to make sure I have it center up and down, and then I press on the sticky side and peel off the tape. That way it's a lot easier doing it this way, so you have a lot of room to center your page before it's set. So here we go, and then I'm just gonna continue with the other two. The sheet that we have left, and I'm gonna cut these at I'm gonna cut it like this. Actually, I'm gonna cut this at 6, and then we're gonna cut these two at 4 inches. So I'm gonna cut these at 4 and at 4 again. And now I'm going to use my scoreboard for each one of these pieces at 1/2 inch along the 4-inch side. Okay, so you will be able to fit a 4x6, and it's gonna have to be just a little bit cropped because this is gonna be a little bit narrower than a 4x6. So I'm just gonna go like that, and I have one more. Yeah, and then I'm gonna fold right along the score line here. The last piece, I'm going to trim where we score this piece. So this is gonna measure 3.5, and this is gonna be the bottom. Okay, so I also went ahead and distressed all the edges for this one, and I'm going to grab some of my ribbon here, and I'm just gonna grab a piece, oops, like this, and I'm gonna do the same like I did for the other waterfall, which is I'm gonna put the glue, and I'm just gonna put the glue all the way down here, And I'm gonna make sure that my ribbon is right on the center, like that. And now I'm ready to place this first one down, just like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna open this up, and we're gonna grab the second piece and just put this one right next to where the other flap ends here. And I still have a little bit of the tape of the ribbon here, so I'm just gonna put it right on top, just like this. Okay, and we're just gonna continue building on the waterfall. Before I put the last one down, I'm also going to add the tape on the other side. So I'm just gonna add, not the tape, the ribbon. Okay, so I'm gonna now just glue this whole thing down into my page, and just like that. Here we go. Okay, so there you go. So I wanted to go back to this page and just add a little bit more embellishing on the side. So I'm gonna be using this little piece here to create a little bit of a collage, just like that. Finish cutting this up. And then I also want to use the cover, because the cover over here has this cute little bird that we can always cut and use. Okay, so I'm just gonna create a little bit of a collage. So I'm just gonna add some glue on the bottom of that and on the birdie, just like this. Just, and maybe a couple of these flowers that I have left over. Here we go. Just something like this. And then we can still place the picture under this collage. So there we go. And for the inserts, I'm using 4 sheets here of regular cardstock, and I cut them at 8 by 5 3/4. And I'm also going to be using some of this ribbon that I have in my stash, and I love the material and the lace, and I think it'll go really good with this paper. So I'm going to be using these as little tabs for the pages. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to one side, and then I go back and I add glue to the other side. Just fold this on half, just like this. So now I have one fun little tab, and I'm gonna do the same for this other one, but I'm also gonna make sure that they're not overlapping too much. So I'm just gonna place this one right on top here. And what I do actually is I do the bottom. So I do the top and the bottom first, and then I can kind of center the other two based on that. So now I'm gonna do this one. Just need more glue. I'm gonna do this one here, and then the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry, and then on the next one I'm actually gonna do the top. So cut another piece and kind of see where I want it. So I'm gonna start the next one here, so I have enough room for the last one. Put that, oops, and like that. So fold this in half, and here we go. So now I have 3, and the last one, of course. Another piece. So I just need to make sure where I'm gonna place again. Where I'm gonna place this last tab, which is gonna be right in here. And so here we go. And now all we gotta do is add this into our album. So I recommend you let it dry really good. Now I have my 4-page inserts, and these are ready to go into the album. So I added all the inserts here, as you can see, and we are done. I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial. Please visit JS Hobbies and Crafts to get everything you need to make this album. I'm gonna do a full video reveal coming up, so stay tuned for that. And I want to thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.